been nice, refreshing, because we've gone around a few times before.
Okay.
Each time you do it again, you get a refreshing view. It's like get to recharge, get an opportunity to see where they are now, a comparative analysis,
Okay.
where they were the last time you were there. Sometimes they have fared better, sometimes not as well. So that way you get an opportunity to understand how your work is cut out for you.
Hmm.
But by and large, it gives you a recharge and it gives you determination to know where do we go next.
In your own case, you've been at it for over 30 years, and I'm wondering, when you look back, has there been improvements, or has there been great improvement in the lives of people since that time and now?
Ah, first I must say, the euphoria of June 12 brought me into politics.
Oh, okay.
The nature of your votes could count, stood on queues, you were counted.
Hmm.
Understand? So it was an open ballot system. And you actually felt you could do good for your people and get recompense with the votes that you got from doing good. So that way you could really feel it. That was what dragged me to believing that it can be well. It was that hope of utopia that we could achieve utopia that really brought me to this. But over these years, sometimes pained, pained
Hmm. By what you see?
by what I see. Could we have been better off? Did we utilize all the opportunities we had? And I don't want to discourage the next generation, but sincerely, the 30 years I put into this, I hope another generation will be better rewarded.
You're um, one of those contestants for the governorship in the state. Um, how prepared are you, sir?
How prepared can you be? I've learned my ropes over 30 years, over 30 years, I've learned the intricacies of party politics as prescribed by our constitution. The constitution states clearly you must have a platform. I've learned my ropes, tutelage under several pastors, some kind, some unkind, some pleasant, some unpleasant. But any experience is a good experience. And I think it has made me a better person. I have learned from their flaws and failings, and I've learned from their successes. So I have been able to shape my own leadership. I've shaped my leadership, and I believe it is a relatively successful leadership. As it is today, Providence has placed the leadership of PDP in my hands today. So I am the platform. That's one stage of the preparation. Okay. And I've had 30 years to learn and understand the people of Ogun State, which is the electorate. I have lived here in that period. I understand the nuances. So if I understand the platform, understand the electorate, understand the do's and don'ts, understand when I say the do's and don'ts, the institutions that surround the elections, security, the INEC, so on and so forth. I think we have prepared. But as my upbringing as a Christian and from the background from which I come, we have been taught to understand that we plant, plant, and it is God in His infinite mercy that waters what we plant. It is God that waters what we plant, and God that is what God waters ultimately comes to fruition. So all our efforts ultimately resides in God.
Let me also ask that what would you do differently if you come into government from your own perspective?
What I do differently? First and foremost, you must have a covenant with the people. You must be humane. When you lose that covenant and humanity disappears in you, often our leadership behaves as if they're dislocated from those they would govern. Without being disparaging, personalities in this present government, they treated, they still, well, maybe they're changing now because the elections are
Getting close.
getting close. Treated the people of the state as if they were lepers. You want to administer people, they're not allowed to have access to you. You refuse to live amongst them. You refuse to live in this state. You refuse to live in Adebutu. You refuse to govern from Adebutu. You refuse to use their roads. You go about flying in helicopter. You won't even touch them under the guise of being COVID compliant. And you show no empathy for them at all. The first thing as a leader, you must share humanity and create hope for a better future for them. I know possibly my greatest appeal to my people is that it's not strange that I am found anywhere in the community. It's not strange if I go to the same markets as they do. I understand their pains. And if you truly lead, you cannot be ensconced and separated from your people. Often that's what happens. Then this dislocation between the led and those that lead is so wide. And the leader says, are we still in government? Are we in power? He's asking these questions because there's this dislocation. That's the first thing. I want to share humanity with my people and to be a government of inclusion. To be a government such that it will not be difficult for people to pay their taxes. If I pay my taxes reluctantly, I imagine a lot of people pay reluctantly as well. Because I don't feel any kinship with the government. There was a time citizens of the state willingly and happily contributed to all the institutions, tertiary institutions, in Ogun State. Nobody does that anymore. People build auditoriums, people build classrooms. Nobody does that anymore. How many people still invest in improving our healthcare system? Very few. This should be the norm with governments that has a covenant with this people. Because I won't do it alone, I need participation, willful participation of the people, and of course, business participation of the people. When I convince my friends to invest in the system, it will not be difficult to convince an investor. I say, please build this road, operate it, and transfer back to the state after 30 years. When the investor has done due diligence and sees that all my own investments are in Ogun State, see, this man is not running away. He believes in the state. So I will build this road as well. Since he's not running away, I'll stay here as well. So when he stays here and builds that infrastructure, I won't borrow to build the airport, I won't borrow to build the seaport, I won't borrow to build very interesting roads. There's nothing stopping Ogun State building east-west roads. Nothing. If you look on the map, you don't have east-west roads. You know?
Yeah.
The only one that looks like it is that road running from the Papaland Toro Road,
Yeah.
and it's been defunct for so long. But there's nothing wrong with Ogun State building a road like that that would link all those towns and go east-west, all the way from Benin Republic, all the way down. Do you know the value of that road?
No, sir.
The value of that road will increase commerce, will take Ogun West all the way to the east. And there's no need why we should do it with our own money. Ogun West, Lagos State at that end, to take it to the deep sea harbor. The proposed harbor, the deepest naturally occurring harbor in Ogun East. That can be done by investors. Just build that road. It opens up Ogun West, links it to the east, links it to the natural harbor. In the meantime, it's passing through the site of the ongoing construction of an airport. Common sense. It should be told the gains multifold. You link an airport to a seaport to an international border. Wherever this kind of roads go through, new towns, let somebody build those roads. Build it. The equity of the state, provide the road, provide the land. All you have to do is create an environment such that investors will trust you.
I found it very interesting that the last radio interview you granted, practically everybody was begging for you to provide them transformers. Why is that so?
transformers. I have stopped counting how many transformers I've donated in Ogun State. I have discovered in Ogun State there are two major needs: electricity and roads. In Ogun East, the roads are somewhat better. In Ogun West, the roads don't exist at all. In Ogun East, the problem with the electricity, it does exist, but because the demographics such that the population density is not so heavy, population concentrations, relatively small interventions, the system can still carry the load. As you go to the central and the west, the suffrage is of two kinds. The roads are not there, and they have zero electricity. The painful aspect of it is like you take Ado water, for example. Possibly Ado water provides the highest contribution to the VAT in this state because it's the most industrialized area of the state. Yet they have no roads to evacuate all their production. Despite being on that VAT. I would have thought if you have a chicken and that's laying a golden head, you will feed it well. You will provide them roads. I would have thought since these people are paying so much VAT, you provide them electricity. Nobody has found it fair or just to reciprocate these contributions to the VAT and taxes they pay. So from this area, central, all the way to the west, particularly this Adebutu water area, the demands on electricity is unbelievable. 1,000 transformers today will not suffice. So I have made it a point of duty to continue to bridge that gap as best as I can.
In your radio interview, you said something about what you're likely going to do with electricity. In your recent radio interview, you said something about how you're going to tackle electricity and that even the National Assembly has helped by coming up with that. What can you tell us a bit more about
what we must do now is to bring private enterprise into this. We must seek and encourage investors as a state to come and generate electricity. Okay. There's nothing wrong having a state grid This can be done. Thank God the laws even make it easier. State grid. We should put a state grid in place so that all these companies running to Ghana is an insult. The economy of Ogun State, I believe, it will not be too difficult to surpass Ghana once we put these things in place. So what's wrong with us? What is wrong with us? Because we then tax them, tax these enterprises, and use those taxes to run our social programs, better schools, better hospitals, and so on and so forth.
I'm amazed at your knowledge of Ogun State because you're always talking about different parts of the state and all of that. I'm wondering, and of course,
I am a native. I'm here 30 years. After 30 years, what do you expect? I know nowhere else. I know nowhere else.
how easy has it been adjusting to life as a farmer?
I don't know anywhere else. It's not a matter of adjusting. I know nowhere else. I'm 60 years old. 30 years, I've lived there non-stop. About 7, 8 years, I lived abroad while in school. 7 years or so, 8 years. My formative years, I lived in Lagos. So, for all intents and purposes, the majority of my life has been spent here. This is what I know.
Are you also promising the rural dwellers that when you come in, it's going to be better life for them?
Of course, because I'm part of them, that is where I am. I don't know any other life. When I have to spend a day in Lagos, the breeze is different. I have a house in Abuja. Whenever I have cause to spend a day or two in Abuja, I miss my people. Don't you feel
Yeah.
the weather is
Natural.
the nature is different here? Where will you get this kind of space in Lagos? This freshness, the nice people you have here. You walk along the streets here, there's no desperation. Nice people. You have Savi come here. This is the future of Nigeria. Come to the state. Leave the stress of Lagos. Come. You should see the weekends how people come to the state. This is stress-free Nigeria. Forward-looking Nigeria, modern Nigeria without stress. This is Ogun State.
Can you tell us about the Turade promise? The Turade promise.
Unfortunately, given all these advantages we have,
Yeah.
we are in a pressure cooker. We had the good fortune of Babawa Bisi Onabanjo. I am yet to find people that will criticize him for having failed to run Ogun State well. We had our leader in SDP, Akinwumi Shoba, a veritable journalist, The roads Oshoba made still exist today, till today, because he believed in quality. Then we had Magbenga Daniel. Magbenga Daniel, for all you say, he did great with local government autonomy. That administration was able to develop politics all the way to the grassroots participation, because the local government autonomy was actually allowed to function in truth. Excuse me.
Yeah.
Then we had the government of Kulamusu. He did his bit. He did plenty of infrastructure. I must say quality infrastructure. But with a difference where I disagree is that the dead body started then, but at least they did quality. Then we got into the pressure cooker. We got into this pressure cooker.
How?
First, excuse me,
Yeah.
as far as kids, plenty of monkeys, they hijacked the car. When they hijacked the car, we were all over the car. They had hijacked the car, but they couldn't drive the car. When I saw that kids, it occurred to me that they were talking about the story of Ogun State.
Mm.
I don't want to start delving into how that election came about, but at the end of the day, they had Ogun State and knew not what to do with it.
Mm.
It was as if it came by accident. And the confirmation came when the governor himself said, please be patient with me, I'm a baby governor. Baby governor, if you want to learn to govern and you want to be a baby, you go and start at the rudimentary level, maybe at the local government level. You don't want to come and learn on the job as a governor. You see a baby. So in this experiment and period of learning, Ogun State has been the laboratory. Unpaid pensions, salaries, lack of human empathy, total loss of hope, total disconnect. Tell us build 10,000 kilometers of road. Interesting. Why not build your inner city roads? Before Honorable Minister Fashola said it, we had said this months before. You sit on the federal government roads, they are doing seesaw on those roads in order to get some rebates from the federal government. What is your business with federal government roads? Your principal concern should be your state roads, your inner city roads. For all it is worth, Musu, the man from the central, is done his beat 8 years. Built enduring roads. There is somebody from Ogun East, nothing to show. For the records, these roads being built now, they should be audited. What is the thickness of asphalt? There are standards. You can take portions and slice through, and we'll see what these roads comprise of. The doctors are about to go on strike.
How do you see the exchange between the governor and Senator Muson recently, a few days ago?
I think His Excellency Governor Amusu is saying exactly the same thing as I'm saying. Everybody's frustrated. How can a state with so much promise be failing so much? Even if you quarrel, that maybe um, he spoke too loudly, maybe too loud. That is the only quarrel. Maybe you would have called him aside and said, okay, my junior brother, and that's not the way to do it. To maybe go by the. But the truth is the facts. The truth is that this man is destroying successful states. Some of us cannot contain it. Some of us cannot contain our anger. Some of us cannot contain the anger. We are pained. It will be interesting to see what sector of the electorate will support Dr. Abiodun in his bid for re-election. It will be interesting to see.
What do you say?
We have access to dispassionate public opinion polls, and we feel the pain. And he himself has recognized the things we are talking about. I was surprised to see him on television yesterday when he became a babysitter. I was surprised. It was the second time, in fact, where we now go to a function and now carry baby and start rocking a baby. I said, oh, elections must truly be coming. Something is happening. Traditional rulers that you held in disdain, you are suddenly now prostrating for. Uh-huh. Suddenly, who taught him manners? Interesting. Can you be what you are not? Can you give what you don't have? You cannot. But I know